Hello Capricorn, thank you for joining me. Welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. If you're new to the channel, thank you for coming. Please don't forget to like and share or like and subscribe, and that will circulate it to other people who can enjoy the readings at this time. Bottom of the deck is Moon Soul, and elements of this are coming up for you in your chart, but it's indicating that at this time emotions may be high for you, but it's also an indication that you need to be following your feelings and instincts at this time. There are going to be cycles happening. It's all about your moods as well, and your emotional life, but your moods and how that's reflected, so watch that at this time. You may need to spend a little bit of time in retreat periodically to rebalance yourself, to get more insight, and this is internal insight which is going to guide you better, as I said, following your feelings. But if you're too busy out there socializing and so on, sometimes you can't tap in. So spend a bit of time, quiet time, private time, just reformulating and looking closely at yourself and how you feel. The past can come up with this card as well, or memories of the past. It's fine to gain wisdom and hindsight from that, but don't live there, because this card is all about formulating how you're going to move forward now. So that is going to be important for you. It's also about nurturing yourself and others. It could be your significant other, or it could just be yourself. So it's about nurturing, looking after yourself during times of deep self-analysis particularly, but just nurturing in general. Domestic issues, home, family, all those sorts of things may come up. There may be a feminine influence as well. So just see how it all comes out for you. But normally home and family issues are front and center with this. And just looking after yourself and nurturing your inner self as well as your outer self, your health and diet and so on, the foods you eat and all of that. And spending time, me time. Then in the first house we have Pisces, I believe. So at this time, it could just be that one of these aspects is coming in for you. So this is about faith. It's also about trust, and it could also be surrender to what is. Just surrender to yourself to what is going on currently. It's also got a very much a dreamy aspect to it. So you could be really tapping into your dreams at this time. All of these things are wonderful and life-affirming, and it's about having belief in something greater than yourself as well, the universe or God, or however you look at it. But it's also about tapping into your dreams, connection to the divine. All of these aspects come in. The first house is the house of yourself. So this is you, what you're projecting outwards to others, what people see when they see you. So if this is your state at the moment, then you could be coming across as being very compassionate, very understanding, but also a little bit dreamy, or very imaginative, very creative, and so on. Any of those aspects could be coming in for you. The first house is also about your personality and your characteristics, what you're displaying to others. It's also your physical body, and your life force and your vitality at this time. It's your self-oriented interests and also your personal independence, so how you are making your way in the world at this time. So with this card in, it's all of those beautiful, dreamy, lovely faith and trust card elements coming in for you. You may come across as compassionate and understanding and so on, or just be having a very strong faith or belief in yourself or in your path or what it is that you're doing. But it can also be that with that softer side of yourself coming through, that people may see this and try to take advantage of it. You could come across as a little bit gullible. So make sure your boundaries are strong and that people are not taking advantage of you during this sort of quieter period, or very imaginative period. It could also be that somebody around you at this time is a bit of an energy drain. Either they are displaying victim mentality, or you could be as well. So it's kind of like a self-undoing or a self-sabotage card coming in as well. That can come up with Pisces. So if it's you, then take measures to correct that. But if it's somebody else, then just withdraw and move away from that influence. It could also be that you're in the wrong crowd at this time, and that there are people around you who are draining your energy. It can be that as well. Sometimes with this card coming with all the beautiful imaginative and artistic sides of things, can come in also susceptibility to illusion. So, so creating illusion or falling, susceptible to illusion of some kind. So in all whatever you're doing at this time, endeavor to be clear about your actions and your intentions, because sometimes it can be hard to discern what is true and what isn't when there's Pisces around. But it could also be, as I said, that you are, in that sort of mindset where you are in a very imaginative and artistic frame of mind. Music comes in, being, dreams and coming across as dreamy at this time. So thinking about things, connecting with higher sources and so on. It could also be that you need to visit water bodies as well, whether that's lakes, rivers, or the sea, just to refresh and to spend time in nature. And that water, that being around a water body is also going to help you. Second house is the house of income, and it's the house of self-worth and your values. So it's also the house of ownership and possession. So with this house, with grand trine blessings coming in there, it can also be, this house can also be about property and real estate and land and so on. You may be involved in that either as a profession or something that you want to purchase or something that you already own. So ownership, possession, everything to do with your values, what you value in yourself and what you value in others and in your environment. And self-worth, which is intricately connected to that, and also to your income, how you're earning your income, how the income is coming into you at this time. With grand trine blessings, though, you can expect an easier flow from that point of view. If you've been through a tough time recently, then this is going to lift things up quite considerably. So with this card comes in harmony, blessings, and sort of an easier flow. Also good fortune can come in as well. It's also a time to take advantage of any opportunities that may come to you at this time. So it's there's a very nice flow here. Things will come to you. Make sure that you take advantage of them and anchor those blessings down. It's going to take effort from you because this is a very easy element. It's a lovely flow. It's very easy to become lazy or complacent or just to allow things to wash over you, to coast along. But it's not the right thing to be doing with this. You need to anchor. You need to pull these blessings to you and actually anchor them down. Whatever is coming to you at this time, it may just be an opportunity. This can also bring a lucky break, which is really more to do with the hard work you've put in previously on various issues, and it's almost like an earned luck is going to come to you now. Also, your timing is going to be good. So good timing, you're going to be well received, whether it's socially or it could be to do with asking for finance. So if you need a loan or you want a raise if you're employed and so on, or you want to increase your rates for the work that you do, you will be well received with this card at this time. If you've been facing obstacles, you can expect them to sort of drift away, melt away. As I said, this has got a harmonious, contented, happy vibe about it. But you do need to work at it to bring the blessings to you, to actually pull them to you. It's about trusting in the universe to bring success as well, that all the hard work and all the efforts that you've made, what goes around comes around. There is a feeling of completion with this card as well. So you may have been working on something and now you're receiving the benefit from that. Maybe it's a project or something that you've done, or you've been working on yourself with your self-worth and so on, and boosting that, and with that comes the blessings. In the third house, we have Mars Force. Third house is your house of communication, and this can be to anybody around you, in your environment, at your workplace, or in a wider audience as well, a bigger audience. But it can also be with specific people. So this can be aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, and general relatives. It can also be neighbors. But it's all forms of communication. This is written, verbal, body language. This house also covers documents and contracts of all kinds, anything written. It also covers short journeys. So this is local trips. So with Mars Force coming in, this is the warrior energy of the zodiac. So you can expect in this house some sort of challenge coming for you. Some sort of challenge. It could be to do with documents or a contract, or it could be to do with interactions with other people. So you may have to confront or defend. You may have to protect your interests in some way. As I said, it's a challenge, or you may have to compete for something. You may, if it's a work project, or perhaps a speech you need to give or something like that, you may have to compete in some way. But if none of those are applying to you, then this is the go ahead to forge ahead with something that you need to do, forging ahead. But it's not a rash, erratic energy. The best way to harness this energy is in steady, measured action. So this is one step at a time, moving forward, but always moving forward and pushing, but not too hard. So it's not aggressive, okay? But nonetheless, action and steady action is required. So go after what you want in this house. There's something there that you need to take action on, whether it's verbal or written, something that you need to actually take steps towards now. You're going to be feeling more driven, and you're going to be feeling more energetic about it. So something may drive you to that. Something may trigger you to do that. You may have to be quick about it as well. This requires quick reaction. Just be careful in your communications that, as I said, steady and measured communication. Think about what you want to say. Try your very hardest not to fall into quick temper or rash action or rushing, or being unnecessarily careless. This is a warrior energy, but be prepared, okay? Be prepared for what it is that you need to do in this house. Then in the 4th house we have Capricorn IUs. So this is your card. So this energy is going to be your own particular energy is going to be needed now in your 4th house. So the 4th house is the house of your physical home, and it's also your family. So the physical home is your actual structure, the actual home structure, but it can also be just where you are residing at this time. It's also the people in your home and the atmosphere in your home. It's also your relationship with your ancestry, your family, your roots, your ethnic identity, where you've come from. What is family related for you, your foundation, where you've actually emerged from, your background, and so on. So with Capricorn IUs, there's something there that you need to harness, something that is requiring you to harness it, to use it. Something in that, whether it's in your home or whether it's to do with your ancestry or some sort of family connection, some resource there which you need to harness at this time. So it really is a time to focus on your objectives in this house, whatever that may be. If it's a physical thing to do with your actual house, perhaps there's things that need to be done around the house. You're going to need to be resourceful in order to get them done. But as I said, it could all be also to do with something to do with your family, your foundation, something that you need to gather. But this is a resourceful energy, so you need to be resourceful. You'll need to apply real effort to get this done, whether it's in the house or something to do with your home, or perhaps you require something from your family history or your family foundation. So it's real effort is going to need to be sort of applied here. There's no quick fix because Capricorn is a slower energy, but it's certainly do not give up on your goals. Do not let this slip by. You need to work at this quite doggedly in order to get it. So you've got to be methodical, but it's slow and steady progress to get the result that you require. So as I said, it could be something to do with your home or a person in your home. Perhaps you're dealing with somebody, or it could be to do with, as I said, your relationship with your family history. Perhaps there's something some sort of support that you require there. So you're going to have to work at it and really apply effort, but it's a steady, slow progress, but it's methodical and systematic. So apply that and be resourceful at this time. It could also be that the relationship you have in your home life at this time becomes more serious now. So this is becoming deeper and more committed. And it could be somebody you're living with, or your partner, or your marriage, or whatever is appropriate for you. But there's a sort of a deepening going on, more serious, more committed, and longer, more solid results, long-term comes in with this. Then in the 5th house we have Aquarius, I know. So 5th house is the house of your if you've got children or you're planning children, it's everything to do with conception or children. And if you don't have children, then it's other children that you may be associated with at this time. It's also the house of creativity. So this is your brand, your originality, your individuality, your stamp, what how you go about things. All of us use creativity every day in everything we do. But it can also cover artistry or artistic ability. Not everybody's artistic, but we are all creative. Okay, so there's a discernment there. So apply it however it works for you. It's also the house of love affairs and everything that goes down in that. It's also the house of recreational activities. So this can be pleasurable, fun, outgoing, outdoor activities, any kind of activity which is recreational for you. This house rules that. It also rules risk-taking activities like gambling or following the stock market or the stock exchange. So with Aquarius, I know this card brings in some sort of deep insight or realization, or it could be a glimpse into the future that you're getting at this time. So it's almost like a door's opening, and you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see how things are unfolding, or see what's going to come for you, or just the way things are moving, almost like a trend or some kind of current. In the 5th house, you're going to be receiving support from friends or alliances at this time. This is going to be for a goal that you want. So friends and alliances are going to step up to help you or to support you in this goal. This card also brings in technology, science fiction, anything like that. So you may be having an upgrade, or you may be involved in an activity, a recreational activity around technology or science fiction. Perhaps you're a writer, something like that. But something may come up, or it's an upgrade for you from what you have been using before to what is going to motivate you now. It could also be a project that you're working on, and a creative project, and now the technology is changing, or there's more science involved or something like that. It's also about coming into contact with unusual, unconventional, exotic or different people or things, okay? Foreign as well. Foreign things may come in as well. So this is everything that is kind of almost futuristic or cutting edge, or just very different from you. You could be dealing with people or getting involved with someone, or an activity or a project which is going to really bring in contact with unusual, unconventional, foreign, exotic or different things or people. It could also be that you're mastering something new in this house. So this could all apply to your children, if you've got children. So you could be going through this with them, or you're seeing this unfolding in their lives, okay? So you could be mastering something new. This card is also about original ideas, group activities, global and social activities as well, or global and group consciousness. But also deep insight, realization, and and seeing the future almost in this 5th house. In the 6th house, we have water element sensing. 6th house is the house of your workplace, work colleagues, work projects. It's also the mastery of your craft, whatever it is that you do. It's also the house of health and diet and well-being, and the house of pets. So with this card, water element sensing coming in, it's exactly that, sensing. So at this time, you need to navigate by your feelings, your intuition, rather than by logic, okay? You're going to be very sensitive at this time. That has also come up before with the Pisces in your first house. It's going to make you very sensitive. So you're going to be sensing a lot of different things, and go with that. Go with your gut feels at this time, rather than logic in this particular house. So go with the flow, see how you feel. If there are any dramas going on, just let them blow over. And if you do have to interact, then pick your battles. But just try and flow around things at this time. Don't put too much energy into things like that. Let them sort themselves out. You may need to take time out for yourself at this time with this card. So withdraw periodically, just to tap into your inner feelings. And also because you may be having low energy at this time. You may just not feel that you want to expend so much energy on something. This is a time for gathering. This is a time for gathering your resources and preparing for something. So it's like a pause period. It's a time of gathering your resources and gathering your energies for later when you really need it. You may be feeling very artistic and imaginative or creative at this time, and this card will heighten that. It will really enhance that for you. So spend time on any projects which fall into that. So artistic, imaginative, or creative, anything like that. It could even be writing poetry or music, whatever it is that you do or you would like to do. Just do it. Enjoy time doing that, because that's going to enhance this ability to actually tap in to the bigger picture, and it's going to also bring you, make you feel better about things, and it's a very creative time for you. As I said, you may be just coming across as quieter at this time, so watch your boundaries. And be careful that people don't try and manipulate you at while you're in this quieter phase. Take your time, spend time in privacy, gather your energy, rest, and gather your resources for later on when you're going to need them. This is a time of nourishing and nurturing. Low energy, rest, spend time at water bodies as well for your well-being and your health and your diet. It's all about nourishing and nurturing yourself at this time in preparation for later on. In the 7th house, we have air element communicating. 7th house is the house of your relationships, your close personal one-on-one relationships. So this is a committed partner. This is not a love affair. This is the next phase. This is something like a marriage or an engagement or a long-term committed partner, somebody that you really have made a commitment to. So it can also be a close personal relationship that you have, not necessarily love or business, because this can also cover business partnerships as well. So 7th house, communication is essential at this time. So choose your words, your thoughts and your words with care, because this card is really all about manifestation. So you want to think positive thoughts. You want to express positive words, because then that is what you're going to draw to you at this time. This can be a magic card as well. So what you say and what you think you can draw to you almost instantly. So be very careful with that. If you're facing a decision or you're grappling with something, you need to think things through with this card. This is an air element, so this is very much a mental card. You apply reasoning to it. Also put into words what you want. And it's also about being honest with yourself and with your other person. One or either of you may also not be expressing as much emotion at this time, could be a little bit cooler or just not able to express as much at this time. But don't worry about it. Like I said, as long as you are communicating and even if you put it down in words, which can be presented later on, it's also for gaining your own clarity. And this card is always about clarity. It's about air vibrations. It's about receiving news. It's about giving news. It's about anything to do with expression. So you could be hearing news, or you could be giving news, or you could be hearing something to do with what it is that you're doing together. And travel may be indicated as well. You could be planning a trip, or you may need to do a business trip or something like that. And because it's air, it's usually associated with air travel and going to high places or places that are mountainous and so on. So see how that plays out for you. But it could be that you need to talk about this trip, or you need to talk about what needs to go down here. Just do it in a reasoning manner. But above all things, your words and your thoughts are very, very important at this time. Following on from that, 7th house into 8th house. 8th house is the house of sexuality, and it's also the house of the deeper commitment between partners. So this can be a love partnership or a business partnership. It's the merging of your emotional and material resources, how that's going to happen. It's also the house of finance. So this is things like investments, insurances, taxes, banking, accounting, also legacies and inheritances, because the 8th house does cover death, but this can be symbolic death, so something is falling away and being replaced, or endings and beginnings, or something is transforming. So it could be something that is being regenerated or renewed in some way. It's also the house of birth. So this can be a rebirth. So this is when we talk about a renewal or a regeneration or a resurrection. But it could also be the birth of an idea. And this is very much an ideas card. This is another mental card, another thinking card coming in for you. So it could be that in this house you're in two minds about something. You're indecisive about something. Or you have two options. And so you're trying to decide about them, or you're weighing them up at this time. But it's all about communication. Again, your communication is very important. Writing is important. Documents, contracts, and so on. Apply intellect to what you're doing. It's also about being flexible and adaptable as well, because sometimes we get so stuck in our ways or in a certain way of thinking or doing that you miss opportunities because you're just not being flexible or adaptable. So think about that, how you can apply it, because that is, Geminis are the queens and kings of flexibility. They're also very good at multitasking, so you may be required to do that at this time. But it's also about quick reaction, quick thinking, or quick talking. You may have to talk yourself into or out of something. Humor may be required. This is about the exchange of ideas, research, and so on. It could also be that you need to pay attention to detail at this time, because sometimes with Gemini they're so busy on the surface with so many things going on that they don't go down into enough detail. So look at that as well. As I said, you could be receiving news or gossip. Any air sign is like that, receiving news or hearing gossip or hearing something that's coming to you at this time. In this house also with Gemini is all about friendship as well, friendship first. So if you are going into a committed partnership or a relationship, you need to be friends first as well. That's going to lay a good foundation for you. Also, this card is about spontaneity. So not being so stuck and so sort of stuck on certain things or ideas that you can't change or be flexible. So avoid boredom or avoid sameness by being spontaneous in order to shift the energies around. With the Gemini energy, it could be that it affects some people where they become a little bit argumentative or come across as a bit glib or fickle. Okay, but you being a Capricorn with the Gemini energy, I feel this is all about just lightening things up and being a bit more flexible and looking at things from a slightly different angle, but also weighing things up. It's quick thinking, quick reaction, and so on. Research, exchange of ideas, and so on. Then in the 9th house, we have Pluto transformation. So the 9th house is the house of international travel. All things international, and this can be foreign as well. So this is perhaps interacting with people from different countries, or it could be that you're planning a trip, or it could be that you're online and you're interacting with people from around the world, or you have a business which interacts with foreigners or foreign people or foreign concepts. It's also the house of learning. So this is to do with higher education. So this is university level or adult education. It's also the house of understanding deeper concepts of philosophy, religion, and belief systems. So when you meet people from other parts of the world, you're naturally going to come into contact with their beliefs, their religions, and so on. It's also the house of intuition. So the intuitive processes, seeking the truth, wisdom, and also faith comes into this house as well. It's seeking the truth and therefore the laws underlying life. So this house rules the law and it rules the higher courts. It also rules a relationship to in-laws. So with Pluto transformation coming in, what this is saying is that in this house, something may come to light at this time. Something moves to the surface. Something that was not visible or it was hidden before. So this could be an intuition or a feeling or a desire or just something that comes to the surface, because Pluto rules the underground. So normally when Pluto is around, things come out of wherever they've been. It's also about letting go of old things to make room for new things. So what is it you want really? That's what this card is asking you. You need to analyze your deepest needs and desires and bring them into the picture, bring them to the surface. This could bring in aspects to do with travel, study, writing, teaching, because the 9th house is also about teaching. It's also about publishing. It's also about exploration, adventure, and public promotions or promotional work of all kinds. All of that falls into the 9th house. So somewhere along the line, I feel this is about exploring with your mind or physically, and seeing what it is, and how you can transform your deepest desires and wants and bring it to you in whatever form. But it's going to be in the 9th house. It does carry on into your 10th house. The two are together because you have Pluto transformation in your 9th house, and then you have Scorpio I transform. Pluto rules Scorpio, and this is coming into your 10th house, which is the house of career, fame, reputation, public status. It's also the house of authority figures or authoritative institutions, like the law, or it can be the military or the police or something like that, or a government institution. So it's an authority figure or an authoritative body. It's also, this person could be an authority figure which is known to you, so somebody in your family or in your home or your workplace, or it could be a guru, or it could be somebody you admire internationally. It just depends. So with Scorpio I transform, again, very much Scorpionic, very much Pluto energy going on. So everything that was in the 9th house kind of continues, but the house is different. So again, it's all about something comes to the light, something comes to the surface. But it's also about endings and beginnings. You need to analyze your deepest needs and desires at this time to see where you're going. You could be going through quite a demanding time at this juncture in this house. So pressure, demands, there could be endings and beginnings with this card. Something comes out of the old. So something old that dies or falls away, something new may come out of it. Or it could be a resurrection or a regeneration of something that, almost like a phoenix rising, something comes out of that, which is kind of like a rebirth. It could also be that there are secrets and suspicion going on in this house. So just be aware of that, because again, Scorpionic energy, there's a lot of control energy and manipulation may come in. Just see how it goes in this 10th house for you. Be careful with your finances at this time as well. Banking, property, anything to do with that is indicated. But whatever is going on in this house, from a financial point of view, or from making bringing your desires in, or taking control of a situation, you need to make it work for you. That's what this is about, making it work for you. But do it in a way which is going to be constructive, and take advantage of any new beginning that may be coming for you in this house. In the 11th house, we have Saturn return age. So the 11th house is all to do with your friendships. It's also to do with your personal hopes and dreams, your wishes and your visions for the future. It's also your personal hobbies and interests, okay, something that you work on alongside everything else that you do. It is also very much about contacts and networks, these people that you have gathered during your life. It's also group consciousness, so this can be a society or an association or an online group that you're a member of, anything like that, or it could be that you're a member of a group of companies, but it's group or global consciousness comes in to the 11th house. It's also it can also be, as I said, tracking trends, trends in society, the way things are moving, and this may be pertinent for your career. It's also about social reform and causes, or group or global consciousness, which may be close to your heart. So with Saturn return age, this is a very, take a long hard look, a realistic card, very realistic card this. So in your 11th house, you may be looking back and seeing the truth at this time, the truth about something. Or you're looking back and you're suddenly thinking to yourself, is it too late for me to be doing X? What should I have done in this circumstance? Because it's a return, this is to do with things that went down in the past. Perhaps you didn't handle it correctly, or perhaps there's been some kind of loss now come to you, or perhaps you need to adjust something that has not been working for you or is no longer working for you, because we all change and grow, and sometimes what was appropriate for you then is not appropriate for you now. So you can look back and you can gain wisdom from that, and you can apply hindsight, but you mustn't live there. Okay, you need to move forward now. So there's a kind of correction energy with this. It's a reality check, make no mistake. Perhaps friendships that you've had for a long time just not working for you anymore, or you're now seeing something about a friendship that isn't sitting right with you anymore. But it is also very much a kind of clarity which you are gaining on situations. Perhaps your hopes and dreams or your hobbies and interests are changing now because of circumstances, or you are finally taking responsibility for your own goals. So putting your authentic self forward, not everybody else's interests and goals forward. This is you. This is all about you, and taking responsibility for your own goals now. Because, you know, with that looking back and going, well, is it too late to do this now? What should I have done? What am I meant to do? When you examine that and you really look at it closely and you take responsibility for it, then you can redirect your energy and start moving forward to what it is you want to do. And in that comes a lot of clarity and freedom to actually move yourself in the direction which you feel you should be going in now, and or what you should have done, or what you would have liked to have done had you been a bit younger, or whatever the circumstances are. So following your dreams, but you will need a plan. With Saturn, you need a plan. It's got to be solid so that you can build on it. All right, you can't have a shaky foundation or some fly-by-the-night thing. Not with Saturn. This has got to be a really solid plan, something that is going to stand the test of time, which is what Saturn is all about. And you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to put your shoulder to the wheel. It's almost like climbing up the ladder socially, or with your contacts or with your friends, but it's climbing upwards and forwards, and pushing yourself as far as you can go. Something may be coming back as well, because it's a return energy. Something may be coming back to you. It could be a thought or a feeling, or something that you wanted to do, something coming back for review now. But this is about solid foundation and moving forward. And because it falls in the 11th house, it is all about your contacts, your friendships, and your networking, and your dreams, you know, and what is it you want to do, or should have done, or want to do now. And yet again, we have another Saturn card coming up in your 12th house. 12th house is the house of the unconscious, which rules vast majority of our life. It's your hidden drives, your motivations, your complexities, your inner feelings. It's also where you go to retreat, your 12th house, when you need to withdraw. It's also the house of your spiritual self, your spirituality, your meditation, your mysticism, and your healing. It's also the house of service to others. Some people that are in the healing profession have a very strong 12th house. It's also the house of resolutions and endings. It's the house of karmic lessons. It's also the house of escapism and addictions of all kinds. So escapism every now and again is fine, but when it becomes too much, then it becomes an addiction of some kind. All right. It's also the house of your experiences when you're in an institution of some kind. So this can be a government institution. Perhaps it's paperwork related, or something that you're trying to do. Or it could be a hospital, or it could be a university, or even in a library. It's your experiences there, what happens while you're in that place, and what goes down during this time. So with Saturn truth, it is about facing inner truth. It's just about facing the truth, and taking responsibility for your own goals and for yourself as well. It's about applying wisdom, because Saturn is all about wisdom. Applying wisdom to your situation. You may need to redirect your energies, because what has been working may not be working for you now. It's taking a very long, hard look and a realistic look at everything. Authority figures may be important for you at this time, whether it's in your personal life or it could be in an authoritative institution or it's something else. Bucking the system is not going to work for you at this time. That doesn't happen under Saturn. You cannot buck the system. You've got to work with the rules. You've got to work with what needs to be done, and just keep plodding, just keep going, and do not give up. You need to make it or break it at this time with Saturn energy. It's about following the rules as well, and just going through whatever needs to be done to reach your goal. So keep going. Don't give up. Once you've worked with Saturn and you've applied yourself, later on you will see very good results. Okay, Capricorn, hope you enjoyed that. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe, and have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time.